You know, of course, that I love rum cocktails and I love bourbon as well. And so it's time to make a tiki cocktail with bourbon. I follow Cocktail Pirate on Instagram and he actually posted this cocktail there, so go follow him. It is a Death & Co recipe by Al Sotak. I don't know why he called this recipe the Beach Goth, but I seriously hope it's because of Portlandia. Now, let me try it real quick and give you some tasting notes. Man, I love bourbon tiki drinks. Bourbon and rum are really close, actually. This one has a cola type vibe because we're using an Amaro in here today. And of course you really get the bourbon and it's a tiny bit bitter, but it also has a chocolate base note, which I really, really like. I do get a little bit of oak from the bourbon that I used. You can expect it to be sweet and well balanced, tiny bit bitter with that chocolate note. I love the name of the cocktail, so let's go over the ingredients for the Beach Goth coming up next. I am so happy to be making a bourbon cocktail today. So let's start with 1 bar spoon or teaspoon of Creme De Coçao Liqueur. Great bottom note in this cocktail. It's not a lot, but it does go a long way. And I do prefer the Tempest Fugit these days, but use whatever you have. 1/2 ounce of pineapple juice. 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. 3/4 ounce of banana liqueur. Giffard's I think is the best, but Tempest Fugit would be really great here as well. They do make a banana liqueur. 1 ounce of Amaro Ramazzotti. I love the cola vibe that this adds and it works really well in this cocktail. Now I've got 1.5 ounces of bourbon. I'm using Woodfords today. It's actually a little more of a barrel flavor than like a Four Roses or a Buffalo Trace. And the Buffalo Trace is gonna be a little sweeter, but I feel like it goes really well with the Ramazzotti and the banana liqueur and the Creme De Coçao. Both are sweet, so it needs a little bit more of a barrel flavor and it adds nice depth to the cocktail. So let's do the ice thing next. I'm gonna get this into the snifter here in just a second, but I think this cocktail, you're gonna wanna garnish this with as much junk as you can fit into it. My little brandy snifter here has a small opening. It's gonna be a little bit better, I think, in a brandy snifter that has a little bit larger opening, but this is all I have. So, get a little bit of ice in there. And then strain the cocktail. A little bit more ice. Let's see how much stuff we can jam in there. So we have a fresh lemon wheel, and then I'm gonna do some mint. That goes in. And then how about a little umbrella with a cherry on it? Maybe in the front there. And a little Surfside Sip straw, if I can fit that. And then of course we need like a little mermaid to go on the outside. That's the Beach Goth. I was actually thinking as I was tasting this earlier, it would be really good with a cask strength bourbon like Maker's Mark or an Old Grandad. It would really bring out the chocolate note a little bit more and the Ramazzotti as well. If you try that, let me know. You can either come back here and comment, of course, or you can find me on Facebook and comment, or even tag me with a picture on Instagram. I'm sure you know by now that I post a picture and a recipe on Instagram of all the cocktails that I make on the channel. I also have the hashtag picture and a recipe, so go check that out. This is really an amazing cocktail, so good. If you don't like rum, you're really gonna love this one. It might even be your gateway to rum tiki cocktails, I'm not sure, but you tell me. Thanks again for spending your time with me. Hit the like button before you leave and check back with me next week for another wonderful cocktail. See you then. Be well.